Hello, my friend, and welcome. I'm so glad you could stop by today. Yeah, I planned on coming back basically when Taryn was ready to head off to university, but Taryn's been a terror, and she's decided that she just does not like this girl for some reason or another, and she's been picking fights with her. I think she's kind of getting that in her personality more and more, where she just is a little bit mean, a little bit malicious, and yeah, I don't know. I I'm not even sure why Amy is over here, and she's just being mean to her. And she was someone that she went to school with. They don't really have a lot of like relationship with each other outside of just disliking each other. So I'm not sure why they feel this way. They're despised by each other, even though they have good compatibility. They've just never been able to hit it off. So it does at least mean that she's got one sim that dislikes her, and I think as far as Taryn is concerned, she would have no issue if her father's girlfriend disliked her. And once again, Taryn is stuck home babysitting while her dad and Alice are off doing their own thing. So of course she's extra cranky right now. I don't know what his deal is. He's just decided he's going to wander out into the park and start singing. He's friends with everybody. So to him, he can't understand why Taryn is so crabby all the time and so struggles so much to be friends with people, because he can't help but be friends with people. In fact, he's going to collect another donation very quickly here. All right, so thanks to his eloquence and detailed knowledge, he's successfully secured a donation of 250 simoleons. All right, so just checking in here just to show you, we have about 5 days until she ages up. She has already applied to university, so we should be seeing that soon. And while we're waiting for that, I should also point out kind of the yellow elephant in the room. We've had a little bit of an update to the house. Alice has been kind of putting her touch on things, and it's made quite a change around here. There was some paint thrown on the windows and new siding, and you kind of saw the upstairs. Now her touch has shown up downstairs as well. An obnoxiously pink kitchen and dining room with this massive new stove. Now, they had a large stove to begin with, but the vent hood is ridiculously large. They did get a smaller fridge so that she could make room for appliances, because they all tend to really like the pizza ovens and the waffles and all of that kind of thing. So wanted to make more room for that. And she kind of upgraded the tables so that they had something new there. And then the living room also got a new touch. We got some new siding, new furniture, and just generally took the paint off of some of the finishes here to give us a little bit more of a natural look. I have to admit, it does feel a little more cozy and homey to me, and I kind of appreciate it. I don't think Taryn does, though. She's been spending a lot more time over here by the pool. She's been a lot moodier. Generally, she's just very unhappy with the current state of things. I think she's just really missing Galaxy. Okay, so Alice started listening to spooky music, and then suddenly we have a haunting. And so Taryn is coming down here to yell at her about music. I didn't even know that was an option in the anger thing at any point, but apparently it is. So we're kind of having a moment with her. She's definitely just, she really doesn't like Alice. And I think if she gave her a chance, she would, but she doesn't want to give her a chance. she's still a teen. She's still, has a lot of things she's been dealing with, and she's just, yep, there's the music thing. She just does not want to even have anything to do with Alice. She wants Alice to leave. She's tired of Alice just disrupting everything about her life. And I think if her dad ends up staying with Alice, it's probably not a surprise that she will end up leaving the house. I don't know how much it's going to affect her relationship with her dad. They do seem to still do okay. So, it's hopefully they can recover. Hopefully, Taryn will mature and just become a little less of a butthead. But at this point in time, she doesn't care whether Alice likes her or not. And I'm happy to announce she is very excited. She has gotten her acceptance letter. And she will be attending Foxbury, where she will be going for a physics degree, which should help her in her career as a scientist. And because of the situation at home, she is planning on moving into a dorm. And it will be the higher priced dorm, but it's not going to be an ideal situation. The dorms there aren't the greatest, and, her dad doesn't want her to show off and be too flashy. So that's why she's not staying in the more pricey, separate university housing. She's going to be at the dorm. It's going to be a pain in the butt because dorms are awful, but it's kind of what's going to work best for her situation. Now, dad is, of course, paying for university, and that will get her through the first part. But she's heading out. He's just going to go ahead and give her everything here. So she has the money for next year. He's got a paycheck coming soon, so it'll be okay. Now her biggest decision in life is which dorm room would she like to stay in? The minty colored dorm room or the one with the green bed? I think she's going to take this one. It seems like the kind of space she would be most comfortable in. And she likes the fact that there's only 2 beds there. She could have gone in the one with only one, but her dad didn't want to pay that much for the private dorm room. She's feeling really well, so she's going to go ahead and get started on her work. We put the sign or the board about here. It wasn't really the best placement in here for it. And her first class is in 13 hours for the analog robotics. So she did acquire the robotic skill because of that. And we're going to go ahead and make that the first assignment that she does. I'm not sure whether one... Okay, she actually somehow already completed some of her schoolwork. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. Very interesting. All right, so we are going to leave her to do her work. I will say that during the university time, we're probably not going to check in too much, just kind of to catch her during interactions so that we have some idea of what she's up to. But I know that the university part of things can be a little dull. And it's mainly that I want her to have this experience, to meet a variety of people. Even though she's mischievous, she does like to have a friend group, and she has kind of some that she's friends with and some that she kind of teases a lot. I don't think she means to be mean, except there's a few people that just kind of get under her skin, and Alice being one of them. So I don't know, I'm hoping that she matures over time and just kind of gets this chip off her shoulder. It's kind of funny watching Taryn try to fit in. She is just a teen yet. She has a bit of time until she ages up, but yeah, she's developed a crush on Afu. He's a little bit older than her. I mean, he is, already, probably about the 18, 19 range. And Taryn is kind of like 16, 17, so a little bit young. Although we can't really blame her for trying to fit in. And of course, in that age range, it's a little sketchy. So it might be a little bit of a flirtation, but I don't think it will go anywhere. She has some time until she reaches the maturity that she should be, flirting with the young adults. She might as well have some fun as she's here. She's just pranking the toilets. She's only going to prank the first two, not this one. So then, she knows which ones to avoid and gets to sit back and watch the entertainment. And she's off to her very first class. Taryn does have class in like 5 hours, but she wanted to throw a little bit of a party, get to know her classmates. So she grabbed a juice keg. She also grabbed herself a microwave and a little fridge so that she can get snacks here in her room. But she's going to go ahead and use the restroom real quick. It looks like someone keeps leaving things on the back of the toilet, and that's rather disgusting. Wish I could lock them all out of there. As gross as it is, it's the best source of food right now. So I'm going to have her grab that too. And then can we actually, fill cups with juice and kind of maybe get some people over here. It looks like everyone's sleeping. It's 11:30, y'all. Let's get moving. She's just trying to get to know the people who are here. And, she's generally been friendly. Little bit of mischief interaction now and then, but nothing too serious yet. Okay, we could probably play a bit of music as well. Let's see, turn on some alternative, I think. Oh, she's sad. I forgot she's vegetarian. That sandwich is not appropriate for her tummy. It's on me. I'm sorry, Taryn. We have to be very particular about what you eat. And I should know better. I really should. All right, let's see. We will go ahead and drink some of the pineapple lime juice. This is the first time, actually, that I realized that there are different flavors of kegs, and each of them has different, emotions that they will cause. So if you want a flirty party, there is a flirty one. If you want confident, I'm not 100% sure what this one does. So that's kind of why I got this one. It didn't seem super obvious to me, but I should also check. I think she's got class. Okay, 3 hours until class. So she still has time to kind of, get over her mood. If you don't want to eat it, don't eat it. I mean, you're still hungry too, even though you have actually apparently eaten. She's at a loss right now. And my computer is struggling today, guys. I don't know what it is. I've played a couple different games and it's laggy today. I don't know why. I think it's time for me to do a little bit of tidying up my files again, and not necessarily for this game, but just I was downloading or installing and uninstalling a bunch of demos, and I think it's just time to do kind of a cleansing, because it is Next Fest on Steam, and if you're not aware, that's why does everyone want to call right now? Dad, I'm fine. I will be okay. I'm having some juice. It's just juice, I swear. There's nothing in it. All right, who are you? Omar El Fassi. Okay, I don't think we've met Omar yet. I think we've been trying to meet her for the entire day. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, I know, you upset stomach. Hopefully that doesn't affect you in class too much. It's probably going to. Okay. She wants to solve hard problems. I have had this pinned for I don't know how long. I can't figure out how to get her to do it. It says, click on your sim and run the solve hard problems interaction. I have so far not had that. I can even search for it, and now it's there. The second I say something, Now it's there. We're gonna do it, darn it. We're gonna finally get rid of that thing. She needs to feel better about her life right now because she's pretty miserable. Because she ate some meat in that sandwich. Alright. So she does have the crush on Afu, so I feel like she would probably be a little silly with him. Silly behavior. Oh. I think I understand why she likes him all of a sudden. Oh wait, not a funny gift. We don't want to do that. Okay, you guys stop talking to Dad. You gotta get to class. You're gonna have to take notes in class so you do well. Because we need you to do well. Well, she wasn't having a lot of fun, so I decided to send her over to the Commons. And first of all, she has a bit of a stalker because Madison here, and of course this is Madison with a, let me see if I can show you her name here. That is the, one of those, you know, like where they spell it in a strange new way. But anyway, it says, saw you heading out, so what are we doing? So she's got a little bit of a stalker, I guess. And then too many Sims in one place. Is this max capacity? Is this now a fire hazard? What if the ground opens up? Maybe it's time for Taryn to sneak out. So now she's got some kind of fear of being in crowded places. And then over, which I don't blame her if this is the case. One thing, she's extremely uncomfortable from seeing such an ugly Sim. I'm not sure who's stuck being ugly, but it must be this guy because she's been around the others without that. And then we have the, what's wrong with that Sim? That weird Sim is creeping me out from being near a creepy Sim. So this poor guy must be ugly and creepy because that's the only Sim she doesn't really know. Although I don't think we've actually been around Madison before. I don't know. We're going to have to say hello to her at least. I think Madison might annoy her though. She is so tense right now. Okay, fear of crowded places. Maybe we can get to know Madison and then play a little ping pong with her or something. Okay, has that moodlet... Wait, what's this one now? Steeped in history and blood from the urban legend thing. Oh my goodness, she is just feeling all the emotions. Okay, so we're going to get to know Madison enough that maybe we can play a little ping pong with Madison and kind of get a little bit more of a friendly interaction, or at least have some fun. Maybe get to know her a little bit and decide if she will be a friend or foe. You know, I actually don't use this object very often, and I also have a custom content billiards table or pool table, and I have yet to use it. So I might end up putting it here in this build just so that we have a little more variety. Also, something else to play with. Because there is a lot of wide open space here. And it wouldn't hurt to try it out. I'm actually curious, is ping pong a skill? I'm not seeing them get any skills, so I'm assuming not, but it would have been nice. I do find it interesting that she has very high charisma and the mischief skill. So it's kind of like she's got her dad's charisma, her ability to just kind of talk her herself out of any situation, but she has that little mischievous streak. And I think people kind of put up with it because she's just so charming. All right, so I think we're doing all right with her. Let's see if we have any sentiments on her. Okay, acquaintances. Oh, she's actually one of our roommates. That makes sense. Probably why she hung out with us. And, okay, so high school graduate. That's about all we know about her right now. I mean, as much as I was kind of teasing about the odd way of spelling Madison, I kind of like it. And I like the name Madison Bueno. And she's kind of cool. I don't know. It could be fun. I think at some point Taryn might be maybe inspired by some of the hair and change her hair a little bit, maybe put a little green in it. You know, have a little fun with it. She's young. All right, so they had a good game, and actually Taryn won that game, so that's actually awesome. Let's talk a bit about the latest games. you know, she has some interest in games. It's not over the top or anything, but she enjoys it. Okay, we have quite a while until classes too, so it probably wouldn't hurt to get her homework done. I wonder if we can. Oh yeah, we can do homework together. That would be fun. She really wants to socialize. She really wants to get to know people, and it is a little awkward because she is younger than everybody. It would be nice if there were a couple of other teens who had her level of intelligence and, you know, people she could relate to a little better. And I think the mischief thing also is kind of just a way of her getting attention and trying to stand out and not realizing that, you know, she already stands out as she is and she's special as she is. She doesn't need to be such a pain in the butt. And as much as she is fearing the crowded places, she has managed to find herself a little bit of a study group. So that's nice, you know, again, tying into that need to get to know people. And, she's at least fighting her fears and not giving in to them. That's a good thing, I think. You know, letting herself kind of face those fears. Oh, and here's her crush. Let's see. Does it have any effect on her emotions? She wants to chat with him right away. Oh, he got her. She's enamored. He zaps her and she's like, I'm in love with you. All right. It's a little awkward, but I think maybe we'll go ahead and kind of feed into this a little bit. I don't know that it will be her lifelong relationship or anything, but, you know, she's got a crush. She's going to flirt a little bit. I have to say, though, he is kind of perfect. He's wearing green. He likes mischief. She's got a crush on him. I mean, maybe. I will have to learn how to pronounce his last name. Although I kind of see Taryn as the type to keep her own last name. So that might not be such a big deal. She's blushing. I have a mod from Vicky Sims, I think the username is Chingyu. There's both a crying mod and a blushing mod. That was the one thing that I missed from the Slice of Life mod by Kawaii Stacy was the visible emotions like that. The ability to have you know, blushing when you were embarrassed or flirty and crying when you're sad. And so it's nice to have that option of having those mods, and it actually works really well. There's different levels of crying and different no. Well, that didn't go well. She's like, "Oh, that's fine. I'll just chat with Davika. Not gonna take it personally. It's all right." She's so embarrassed, but she's trying to pretend like it didn't totally just crush her. You know, I think Afu is kind of leading her on a little bit too. He knows that it's wrong because she's still a teen, but he keeps coming into her room and chatting with her. And now he's even brought his friend over as well. So it's just very awkward and strange. And I don't know. I'm feeling a little unsafe for Taryn's sake. I feel like she doesn't like him for some reason, though. They've got a little bit of a difficult relationship already, and they barely know each other. So I'm going to let her go ahead and have a little fun with him as far as mischievousness. We have a lot of people here tonight, at 3 a.m., and she has class in 8 hours, so I'm hoping she can get some sleep before that. But everyone seems to have decided that her bed is the place to hang out. And maybe that's why she's getting a little cranky. It has been pretty handy having a neat roommate, though, because she's constantly cleaning up. A little noxious cloud here. She's so disgusting. Well, don't hang out on my bed, dude. She's so proud of herself. He does not like her. He's bored by her. Let's see. I suppose we could be a little mean just because it's fun. Um, argue about dirty surroundings. Boys, they're so dirty, you know? They just leave their junk all over the place. I didn't just totally fart right here in front of you or anything, and I'm not totally just as disgusting. You're so uncool as an adult, you should know better. Like, ew, gross. Alright, I don't know why we've decided she doesn't like him, but she kind of decided it already. Like, the second she met him, she didn't like him, so we're gonna go into it a little bit here. We have a challenge to complete. Let's have a little fun with it. He's so aggravated with her. Alright, argue about music. He's trying to tell her that her favorite band is awful. And she's like, forget you, dude. She thinks she's so tough. And joke about facial hair. Probably picking on him because he has no facial hair at all. Oh, you're gonna throw a drink now? Where are you gonna get a drink? I think pretty soon she's probably gonna get a little bit of a makeover. Try to make her mature her look just a little bit. Kind of start to reflect the fact that she's being influenced by people in the university. She is done with him. Treat him with a hand buzzer too. Why not? You know, we never did get that completed here. The whole thing that I was trying to find about solving hard problems. Oh, is he leaving? Has he had enough of us? No, he's coming back for more. He's like, you know what? You want to fight? We're gonna fight. Ooh, he looked like he was about to backhand her. I mean, I don't blame him. At this point, she's probably annoying the heck out of him. What? No. Wrong. Don't do that. It's not right. If you did, she deserves the right to backhand you right back. Oh, they're gonna go at it. Oh. Who would fall for a hand buzzer after you've been arguing like that? Like, really, honestly. Oh, she is riled up. No, we're not gonna ask him about woohoo. That would be a wildly inappropriate moment to do it. Oh, we can shove him. He's like, excuse me, but what are you alright, dude? Was he just swatting at thin air? Wow, she's angry enough that she's developing new reasons and ways to be angry. I'm impressed. Imply mother's a llama. Now she's gonna follow him. She's like, I am done with you. Oh, look how red he's getting. He's angry. Yeah, he's got to sit down. He can't handle this standing up anymore. Whoop, what did I just click? Okay, I guess we sent him home. That's fine. We do need to send him home. We need some sleep so we can handle classes tomorrow. Alright, so this time I finally remembered she's a vegetarian, and she just made some cup of noodles. And I also realized that she is able to send these samples off to the Geo Council, and being a little mischievous and having a little bit of a thing for crystals, I thought, you know, it might not be all that far out of reach that, you know, Taryn might do something just a little bit naughty and send some of those things off. So that's what she's going to be doing. We did have a bit of a start on the required element collection, and you know what? I'm not above a little cheating to have to do that element collection again, because the first time was a nightmare. I also forgot to mention that we basically took everything we had left to buy a laptop, because she kept not being able to find a laptop at the Commons. There was no computers or anything for her to work with. Everybody was always on them, so she just went ahead and actually bought one so that she can work on the things that she has to do for her classes. Now, she has 15 hours until her next class, but Bryce is calling to ask her to come over, and, you know, she misses the heck out of Bryce, and she hasn't seen him really since he moved out. So she's going to go ahead and take advantage of that chance to see him. All right, so I think we're going to do a little bit of a deep conversation with him. And I do think she's going to ask him a bit about Strangerville. He's living in Strangerville and she's finding it kind of a interesting place, and it's piquing her curiosity just a bit. And she might want to move here someday. And so I guess she wants to find out how it's going. She's going to share some baby pictures, let them see how their little sister is doing. But, she tries not to like this kid, but it is her half sister, and she has to admit that Mora's kind of cute, She may have her feelings about Alice, but, that little baby is her sister, and, yeah. Okay, so even though she has her own bad relationships, she wants her brother to have good relationships with people, so she's going ahead and trying to help him out with that. I think if we can, I think we can ask for money. Maybe not. She's really broke, and we can become partners in crime. Where are you going? Dude, you did invite us over, so we're gonna come in and at least use the restroom if we can figure out where it is. There we go. Is there a toilet in here? There it is. All right, or we better flush first and then pee like a champion because we're feeling super confident. And these are some of his roommates. There's Darcy. Might as well introduce herself. And Marcos. And we'll do cheerful introduction because it showed up there. All right, where did your brother go? Now, I do know that he has no blood relation to her. He is strictly her stepmother, Galaxy. It was her son. That is the way that they're related, not by blood, but they have grown up together, and she was very close to Darcy. She really actually never knew her mother Haven, because Haven was just kind of an awful person, and Galaxy was really the only mother she'd ever known. So Galaxy's son Bryce just is her brother. That's simply the way it is. So they have always been close. Their ages are not that far off, but he's a bit older than her, obviously. And okay, they're having a blast here. I don't know. All right. Well, I think that is where I'm going to leave it for today. I will play a bit of the university part off screen. I want to kind of get it a little further. I do want to check in again, probably about the time that she reaches the young adulthood, because she is still a teen. That will likely be before she finishes this semester. Actually, I should check that. I do that every time. Okay, so she ages up in 3 days, and the semester ends in 5. So we'll probably have some kind of little bit of a celebration for her. I am not 100% sure how I can do that. I think because she's so broke, I might kind of give her a little bit of money so that we can throw a party and have her family come over. We might have to celebrate it at her dad's house, though, because that's about the only place that has enough room, to be honest. And it's a great way for her to gather her friends and celebrate. Another thing I'm thinking is that by the second semester, the fact that she will also be an adult, I think she might be a little tired of dorm life by then, and we might explore one of the alternatives, either living here in Strangerville, which is part of the challenge, which is part of why she's finding Strangerville so interesting. We are required for her to live in Strangerville as a young adult for her entire time as a young adult. So technically we need to move her, but I'm trying to decide if I want her to move on her own or if we set some kind of university housing kind of situation here in Strangerville. But most likely it will be on her own. But she's not going to have much at all to work with. So it should be a little bit fun there because I love um, when things get hard, when it's difficult, when they have no money and no bed, and that's probably the situation we're going to be in real soon. But it was great to have you here today. If you had a good time, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with a friend. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas, so feel free to leave a comment down below. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again real soon.